So this might be seem kind of random, but I kind of want to talk about why I think that, Story of Seasons, Trio of Towns is a step back in a positive direction for the, I don't want to say Harvest Moon franchise because they've changed it. There is no Harvest Moon. It's Story of Seasons. But I'll just say for the franchise as a whole. Because the game right before this, I think it was just Story of Seasons. I don't really remember what the exact title was, but it was the one where you move there, and really the whole game was just making a lot of money and shipping stuff. And so my favorite so far has been A New Beginning. I really enjoyed the way New Beginning set everything up. I really enjoyed how you could create all your farming things. You upgraded your own tools, you crafted your own farming facilities. That was pretty fun. You had a lot of different facilities you could do. I think that was the game they added new clothes and new hairstyles, and if I'm wrong about that, it was the very least the game that had a lot of options, I'm pretty sure. It was just really fun. I liked the character designs, and I really thought there was a diverse cast. I liked the cast. I felt like they were all pretty awesome. And I really, really enjoyed New Beginning as a whole. And so when I heard that I guess they're rebooting it, I'm not really even 100%, but now it's Story of Seasons, and I was like, oh, no big deal, whatever, and I bought it. But I was so disappointed by Story of Seasons, because they kept some good things, and they added some new mechanics, like when you go to, when you go to till the land, a lot of the times it'll till in the 9 squares, the 3x3 squares, because that's what you fucking do. That's what you just do. And then you could run into a field and just click X and gather everything instead of having the 1x1 go pick it up. You know what I mean? Like in the older games. And they added stuff like that, which made it really good. But the problem I have was that, so if you've played Harvest Moon before, then you know about sort of how each game doesn't really have a plot per se, but it has something in it that makes you want to continue playing the game, if you know what I mean. What is it called? Tree of Tranquility and Animal Parade, they had the tree thing with the spirits, and Animal Parade had, you had finding in the animals, but there was also the bells, and you had to do all the bell shit, which was stupid, but you had to do it. In New Beginnings, they had the city plans. In the newest game, they actually have your father's farming tips, and they sort of have the whole town links, because there's 3 towns, a trio of towns. And some of the older games had other random stuff that you could, you should be doing, or it's just stuff to keep you occupied while you play the game. Because realistically, the game's fucking farming simulation, plus you can get married. Even in things that were inspired by it, like Stardew Valley, which I fucking love, they have the either you do the Jojo Mar thing where you buy all the expansions, or you do the community bundle thing where you have to go through and you have to find all the items to complete bundles, and it helps you progress and everything. But realistically, none of that fucking matters. It's all just a way to make you want to play to the next day, because you'll never know, maybe you'll get that 2-star farming crop or golden farming crop, or maybe this next day your significant other will get to the next color heart and you can have the heart event or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just something to make you play to that next day. And games that are based almost practically in a simulation, that fucking matters in the Harvest Moon Story of Seasons franchise, because you have to want to play the next day. I personally felt that the Story of Seasons before this, if it's just called Story of Seasons, didn't do that for me at all. And the worst part was, it was so easy. So one of the big things was unlocking new places to come and sell their wares or something. And it was you had to ship a certain amount of certain things, and then they would come or whatever. But the problem was, I never wanted for anything. I got money very easily as soon as the Safari or some shit opened up, or whatever it's called, that had the mining points. It was so easy to get super expensive gems that sold so well. And if I remember correctly, I don't even think there was a shipping bin. I think you had to just literally sell everything. Now, that actually might be wrong. I don't remember that well. But I do remember I sold a lot of stuff. Just without even shipping, I just sold a lot of stuff. And like one of the things they tried to keep you occupied with was there's like all these different lands, and you have to compete with the other farmers, and they all are good at growing certain things, but it doesn't last. You don't like win them and they're yours. It's like, oh, you can win them for like a week or 2 weeks or some shit, and then you got to do it all over again. And I was like, what the fuck? And it never felt like anything was accomplished. I think I didn't even marry anybody. I was going after Mistle, and I didn't even care. I didn't like any of the bachelors in the game either. They're all just kind of whatever. I was going after Mistle. I don't even think I made it a year in the game before I actually just put the game down. And I don't know if that's because I didn't like the characters, or I didn't like the setup of the game, but I definitely feel like they went backwards in a lot of aspects. Like, they forgot sort of why everybody liked Harvest Moon, because I felt like there's just a lot of aspects of Story of Seasons, like the initial game, that just, what was the point? Like, there was nothing in it that made me want to play to the next day. I would find reasons to put it down, like, oh, well, I guess I'm done that, no more, whatever. But in this game, it sort of just feels like, oh man, something new might happen. The shop might have new stuff. Now, the one thing I'm a little peeved about is that they got rid of the ability for you to craft your own stuff. So even if I have all the equipment, I gotta fucking wait to make sure it's not a holiday, it's not a special festival, it's not a Tuesday no, it's not a Thursday or a fucking Sunday when Ludus is gonna be closed. I gotta sit there and make sure. It's the worst. But it's not actually that bad, realistically. The only thing I definitely hate is that I can't just, like, check right there. But in a lot of them, you can't really just check right there. So I guess it's really not that bad. And I also feel that a lot of the characters are just better in this new game. Because I'm going after Wayne, right? And ironically, Wayne actually reminds me of my current boyfriend, which is weird. Because typically I feel like I would go after someone else. But whatever. So, I'm going after Wayne, right? And every day I give him a flower or whatever the fuck he likes, right? And I feel like almost every day, maybe not now because I've been playing the game, like in-game for almost a year, but up until like a good portion of the relationship that I'm at with him, I felt like every day he told me something different about himself. Every single day. And I feel like that gives the character a lot of depth when you can just like talk to them every day in the game, and maybe depending get different, and I know that's how it works, you always get different dialogue depending on whatever heart color you talk to them, but regardless of heart color, I feel like there's always a lot of just different dialogue for the characters, which is great because it builds character a lot. I know a lot of random shit about Wayne and his gentlemanly ways and his grandma and his grandpa and his parents and shit, and some of it's not even from a heart event. Some of it's just from talking to Wayne. And I also like how when you marry or start dating them, everybody's got something to say. They're just like, oh, congratulations, I heard you're dating Wayne, that's pretty dope. I was like, oh man, this is nice. Feels like I'm actually living in this like small town. Everybody knows each other, even though there's 3 towns, so it's not really small. But you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, like, it's not really an eloquent video or whatever. But overall, I just wanted to talk about how I really do feel like, oh, what's it called? Trio of Towns is a step in a positive direction. There's a few things in it where I wish, okay, maybe you didn't do that, or maybe it wasn't really necessary for you to do this or that. But I also feel like it did a lot of things right. And I feel like this is, like, they saw what happened with Story of Seasons that was released last time, and they went, okay, maybe that wasn't the best idea. And then they went back and tried some different stuff. Then again, it's also possible that they just wanted to make another game like this, because I didn't really enjoy, Tale of Two Towns either. I felt like Tale of Two Towns was just really weird, and I felt like playing the game, it just felt kind of strange. I didn't really enjoy it overall. I never got anywhere with any love interest. I think I barely played like 2 or 3 months in game. It's pretty sad. I probably could go back to it now and be fine, but at the time, it just really wasn't my sort of thing. But yeah, overall, I feel like I've been playing it for a while. It's been out for like 2 weeks, I think, at this point. It came out at the end of February. I really do feel like Trio of Towns is definitely a step back in a positive direction as far as the Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons franchise goes. But anyway, let me know what you thought of this game if you're playing it. Let me know what you thought of this game and maybe even the last couple games in the comments below. I'll talk to you later. Bye!